Brock Purdy's throwing the ball. Trey Lance will not, and Sam Darnold is not. Sam Darnold is a hell of a practice player. When the real action goes, he's not your guy. So
right.
don't even. I'm not even going with that tomfoolery.
Well,
Sorry.
how confident should people be, even removing the injury, in Purdy year 2? Because now the rest of the league, he's not catching anyone by surprise anymore. They're going to call him a 7th-round Mr. Irrelevant the rest of his career. They still talk about Tom Brady as a 6th-round pick. So I know that's not going anywhere. But I don't think NFL defensive coordinators are looking at him that way. So is there any signs of regression we should be worried about? Again, even removing the injury.
Well, there's going to be, I don't know if it's regression. I think there's going to be the peaks and valleys. Mm-hmm. He's never played a full season in the NFL.
Right.
Now, I hope, as a 49ers fan, that he has these 18 weeks that people can finally say he's an NFL quarterback. I hope just for the league's sake, for a great story.
Right.
Right? Everybody is waiting for the next Tom Brady, Kurt Warner, now Brock Purdy, what's my guy? Butler, Malcolm Butler. Everybody's waiting for the great story. The Rich Gannon story where these guys just come out of nowhere, or they used to be, whatever the case may be. I just hope he does, just for argument's sake, to show that guys slip through the cracks and it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal. Don't make a huge deal out of it. But also stop judging people based off schools and how they look in college, and just give guys the opportunity and coach them up. If he's successful or if he's just okay, I think it's going to be a great story, because his draft status and the great coaching by Brian Griese shows coaching matters.
Mm-hmm. You said he's never played a full season. None of the quarterbacks on their roster. Darnold's never played a full season, despite being in the league since 18. Lance obviously has played 2 games and some packages out before that. So yeah, they've built a whole team out of quarterbacks who have never once played a full season. So does that worry you if you're taking a Debo or an Ayuk? People are drafting Ayuk as a starter. Kittle is one of the top 3 tight ends every year. Christian McCaffrey, obviously, a lot of his value comes from being a receiver as well as an elite running back.
You have to, because ultimately Kyle Shanahan does a great job of scheming guys up. No matter who's the quarterback, you're going to see guys still make plays. And as long as they can throw the football, he's going to make plays. I would imagine to watch Sam Darnold play so well, so good in a preseason football, that people are going to be saying, man, he has a chance. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a sample size, but I believe Sam Darnold's a backup for the rest of his career.
Just to play the other side of the coin, I'm not a big Sam Darnold believer either, but this is far and away the best coaching staff, best talent he's had around him, really since USC.
Absolutely.
So is there a chance he could be looking better just because of the situation, not even because he did anything?
Yeah. I think if he continues to do this, he'll get a chance like
Geno.
No. Or Geno. No. I take it. Look at what happened with Marcus Mariota.
Okay.
He sat down, learned, looked great with the Raiders, and got picked up with Atlanta. Doesn't matter the outcome, but it just shows if you can get somewhere new, fresh perspective, new coaching, whether it's better playbook or better play calling, it can make a player better. That's why I keep saying coaching matters.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, the Jets. Garrett Wilson obviously emerging as a wide receiver 1 in year 2. Alan Lazard, McCole Hardman, Breece Hall.
Breece Hall health. Hardman, I watched him this year with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champ. All speed. I'm just worried. You have one of the best offensive coordinators who at times had a hard time figuring out your role in Kansas City. I don't necessarily see Nathaniel Hackett outdoing what Andy Reid was doing with him. I see Hartman as just a guy I don't know if this is the right word. I see him as decoy Leroy, man. I hate to say it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, part of me is wondering, he gets drafted to Kansas City, immediately gets compared to Tyreek Hill, just based on the speed. And I don't think Andy Reid thought of it that way. I don't think Patrick Mahomes thought of it that way. So it's
ain't no way.
Right. So can the Jets, because he doesn't have those expectations, can Aaron Rodgers say, hey, just do this one thing. I'll get you the ball when I can. But how much is that going to be on a week-to-week basis?
I think he'll be okay. Listen, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winning champ.
For sure.
Everybody's going to remind me that he won a Super Bowl. He did something I didn't do. I just don't see him having 1,000 yards.
No.
I also don't see he's fat. You got 11 people on the field. He's the 11th player, man.
Should anyone who, especially if you're in a keeper league, which you drafted guys. So a keeper league is you get to keep a certain amount of players per year. It makes
First of all, the fact that you drafted him.
Garrett Wilson?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I moved on. No.
Okay, my bad.
No disrespect.
Thank you, because I was confused.
But Garrett Wilson, if you have already drafted him, if you have him in a keeper league, if you're going to draft him, should there be any worry, specifically because Aaron Rodgers is so particular about who he's throwing the ball? Is there a chance he just doesn't like the way he runs his routes? Is there a chance he doesn't like the way he catches the ball? Is there a chance? Because I think there is.
I don't think it is, because it's been so much made of this in Green Bay, and he's now under a much better advanced microscope that people are going to be waiting for that one chance that he throws it to one of his buddies,
right,
or one of his former teammates over Wilson. That I think that I don't think it's going to be there.
Okay.
And if you want to be competitive, you got to throw it to Garrett Wilson.
I agree.
Defenses are not sitting there shaking in their Timberland boots, because we're in New York, over Alan Lazard and Cobb. Cobb is a player, but he ain't Garrett Wilson playing like. That just isn't who he is anymore.
Right.
So Garrett Wilson is number one. Bottom line. And if you don't, I think if Garrett Wilson doesn't get off to a fast start, the New York media is going to jump on Aaron Rodgers very quickly, and I think they don't want that.
That's what worries me, because then Rodgers is going to be like, I'm going to throw to him even less. Now that people have pointed it out.
You could talk to your chest. You could talk with your chest all you want to right now, but for all of what we've seen Aaron do, I think it's unwanted attention that I don't think he wants to hear or deal with, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.